Welcome back to my YouTube channel and also to the podcast, because I will share this on YouTube but also on the podcast because it's a really important message for the upcoming shift in everything that we will witness on this planet. A lot of people talk about the new age of Aquarius, and yeah, what that really means for us as a collective, but in general just for you as an individual as well, because what I've sensed over the last few months is really that a lot of people feel confused and lost, especially as all of the structures that we have known and the belief constructs that we have accepted and agreed to are crashing and crumbling and no longer feel like they are in resonance with our own values for how we want to live on this planet. And that also means that our concept of purpose or reason for being here will really change and shift. And I want to elaborate on that in this video or podcast, depending on when or where you listen to this information or where it finds you, basically. So if you have been feeling like you don't know what to do with your life, like what's my direction, what am I going to do? The only thing that I do know is that I can't go back to my job, I can't do this, I can't do that, then definitely stay tuned and hear me with everything that I'm going to share with you today, because I think it's helpful and it will help you also be at peace with where you are at. Because one thing that I can assure you is that you don't need to find an answer, because you are the answer. And I know that sounds very quirky and very much like, oh, you're the answer, everything is within and blah, 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 blah. And I'm not gonna say that at all, because I know that we've all heard that before. But what I'm gonna share with you will sink deeper into your cellular structure and will activate a remembrance in your DNA, really. And I talk a lot about DNA activation. I talk a lot about frequency and vibration, especially when I work one-on-one with you. It's also why I work with astrology, with human design in particular, just because it really helps you tap into frequencies and energies, which is, by the way, also why I feel that it was and is important that I actually do a video about it too, because it's not just about the voice and the tone of voice and the frequency that a voice, for example, carries or music carries. It's about the vibration and aura that people emit, and that's the future. And that's also my point about this video. So your concept of purpose has been, or job, right, has been to do something, to be productive, to accomplish something. That's how we conditioned or have been conditioned to live on this planet, right? Productivity, hustle, grind culture, and we have to do something, we have to provide, we have to be of service. All of that is something that we will shift out of or are dismantling right now. The more we move from the age of Pisces, which is very much about I need to save people, I need to be the savior, I need to do something, I need to fix, I need to, all of that, right? In order to be good enough on this planet. It's the polarity or the axis of Pisces and Virgo in astrology. And it's also where we have been conditioned in human design terms, or to speak in human design terms, to all operate like generators that have a defined sacral and can work all the time. But we are not, right? We are all uniquely designed, and we all carry a specific vibration or frequency that is important, an important puzzle piece in the overall picture that we will need for this new world to be birthed, right? And so that's why my key here is for you to understand that your purpose is completely changing. Your idea and concept and belief about purpose and job is shifting, and that's why you feel lost, because all that you feel is that the idea of your purpose that you had is no longer in resonance with the energy that you carry now. But you might not have an answer as for, well, what instead, right? And what instead is actually not something you do, but rather a frequency that you are. So your main job is your frequency. Your main job, your main purpose is to carry that specific vibration that you signed up to carry in order for this shift in the collective to happen, right? And so we are all being asked to tune into our home frequency, so to speak. It's why I've been working with tools like astrology and human design and DNA activation and, you know, breakthrough sessions and resetting sessions. I've been saying that since, I guess, 2018. Even though back then the human in me didn't know why, right? I didn't know why I had to put so much emphasis on energetics and frequencies, but for me, it just, I knew I have to bring people back into their purpose. And back then, again, my idea of purpose was, okay, the legacy you leave behind, like the thing that you do, the business that you build and all of that. But over the last, months, I've also noticed that it's not just that. It's not just that. Yes, of course, we all have a specific imprint in our birth chart. You all have a specific assignment from source, but that assignment is so much more about the vibration that you have, right? The frequency that you carry and your ability to hold that frequency even when things around you are shifting. Right? The world gets crazy. Your vibration shifts and fluctuates every single day with all the energies that are shifting around you, right? And every single day you wake up in maybe a completely different vibrational state. And then your job during the day is to come back to your home frequency. So I see us all more so as the main job is to be that frequency alchemist, if you want to say so. That's like the word that keeps coming to me. We have to become and return to our truth as frequency alchemists, right? And every time you have an emotional or, you know, bodily or whatever vibrational, let's just say, difference in your field, and you notice that, it's the key here to understand, oh, now I get to go to work, right? Now my work starts. So now I really have to tune into what excites me the most in the moment, what can bring me back into my most ecstatic state, so to speak, because that ecstatic state is literally what creates the ripple effect in the collective. It is what changes the field around you, your aura, right? That's what changes the field around you. And when I sit in a session with you, I can see the deficit in your aura, and my job is beyond like explaining and all of the words are just, you know, cherry on top to navigate our session. But really what I'm doing is I'm attuning your frequency back to your alignment. That's why most people after those sessions feel so at peace and so calm and so reset and so centered, because we recalibrate back to your home frequency. And whenever you feel like you are off your home frequency, you can go back to the session, right? And back, attuning yourself back into that home frequency. It's a remembrance, because your membrance, right? The DNA, the cellular structure, literally remembers that frequency. It's as if, you know, I talk a lot about the dependency that some people create towards psychedelics or mind-elevating drugs, right? And the thing is to understand that those are tools to help us shift into that frequency, to tap into that frequency. But once you have drunken, so to speak, from that frequency, you can always recall it back in your memories, right? In your data bank, in your DNA. And so it's the key to understand that you can always tune back into that high excitement state if you've once felt it, right? You don't need an external trigger. You don't need to accomplish something. You don't need to have anything in the external for you to happen, right? Or to happen to you in order to tune back into that energy. And that's the key to understand, because otherwise you will always have a dependency on external factors to be of your highest vibration. And that's not your nature. Your nature is to be that highest vibration. So we have to erase and clear, so to speak, our field every single day in order to just be that highest vibration. And that's literally your main job right now, especially as you prepare and move into that new age of frequency, as I would like to say, the age of Aquarius, however you want to say. That's why tools like human design, especially, or again, also astrology, that's like the energetic language of the universe, right? Decoding that energetic language. And of course, if you don't know how to speak that language, right, then you can use guides like me or other people that work with those systems to help you understand your energetic blueprint, right? And I highly stress, I cannot emphasize enough how important it is to have the understanding and mastery of your frequency and energy for this age. That's literally how you won't feel lost anymore. That's how you feel anchored. That's how you feel supported. That's how you will be supported, because that's when things start to flow again, right? You are in your nature. So every time you feel like you are not in flow, you are stuck, it's probably because an old programming, more so probably the mind, wants to interfere with your frequency again, right? And the mind wants to tell you that, no, you have to be productive, you have to put things out there, you have to do this XYZ, right, in order to achieve something. But really the highest achievement every single day is to be of your highest vibration, because it literally changes the field around you. It doesn't just change the people around you, and also the people that you attract in the end, right? So if you attract shitty people all the time, it's probably because of your frequency. So you have to check your frequency again, right? And if you attract low vibrational things, it's probably because you are in a lower vibration, right? You're not in your nature, because your nature, in human design terms to speak, is never something detrimental, right? And sometimes the universe just sends you those curveballs for you to remember that, oh, I'm actually off my vibration, I'm off my nature. And so again, instead of being upset about it, your job is to say, okay, cool, then I have to get to work, because I came here as a frequency alchemist, and my job in this new world is actually to work on frequencies and vibration, and to learn how to manipulate them, to learn how to influence them in a way where it benefits not just me and my well-being, but also the people around me and the field around me, because that's ultimately how we all create that ripple effect in the collective. And so that's really the message that I want you to sit with today, especially on those days where you feel like, oh my gosh, I need to do more, I need to be productive, I need to contribute to something in order to come to world peace and harmony, right? Which we all crave for, especially as we witness all the events in the world. But it's more so that you have to, besides the event or despite the events in the world, it's even more important to be that peaceful place, right? To be that highest vibration, to recalibrate to that highest vibration also when today things happen, because that's your main job. That's your role. That's your purpose, especially right now. And if you feel like, well, what can I do for that? Then definitely, again, dive into your human design, book a reading, book a session, work. There are so many people on this planet also, as well right now, that help you shift your vibration, right? That are those little tools or that little helpers, those guides, right? Like me, like other human design experts, that really help you clear your field. And then you know, and literally know and feel and experience how it feels to clear the field, and then you can do it yourself. So it's also not the role here to create a dependency on healers all the time. No, you just have to learn and study about your frequency, right? And then you can learn and study how you can bring yourself back into that frequency and high vibrational state or nature back again. And that's the key. That's really the key for this new age that we are moving in. And if you would like to have a reset session with me, learn more about your human design, in my signature sessions, I focus on astrology, I focus on human design, but not just on a surface level. We really go deep into your cellular structure, into the gates, into the gene keys. And I also receive a lot of messages and psychic insights. I see your aura and I see the deficit in your aura when I sit in front of you, and I help you shift, and I help you clear, and I help you activate that high frequency inside of you that has been gunked or clogged, or whatever you may have experienced from trauma, from imprints, from conditioning, from all of that. And we are so capable of shifting out of that. We just have to make a conscious choice, and it doesn't require you to go deep into your past lives and all of the things, right? We can also get lost in that shadow work, but it's also not about bypassing that either. So it's about the balance, as we are in Libra season still, to find the balance between really diving into the root cause, but also knowing that you in every single moment, in the now moment, have the choice, the conscious choice to shift yourself out of it, right? And that's self-empowerment, and that's probably the highest vibration you can be, to get your power back into the power, especially over your own frequency. So let me know how you feel after listening to this, if it puts you to ease, if you have picked up on that fact as well, that there's this concept of purpose and job and productivity really changing, because, you know, the most productive thing you can do every single day is take care of your frequency. It's really the quality of your being and not the quantity of your doing anymore. And that's a construct that is dismantling with this Pluto in Capricorn story that we have been navigating since 2009, and the huge shift people have been talking about since 2012, and then obviously the Saturn Pluto conjunction in 2020. It's all going to elevate, and it will get more uncomfortable the less you take care of that fact that we are shifting into a vibrational experience of the world, and not just this physical, dense, like productivity driven, matrix designed idea and construct of, you know, living on this planet. It's shifting, and it is exciting if you open yourself up to it, and if you also use it to your advantage and know your job and know your role and honor it every single day. So with all of that being said, if you would like to have a session, schedule it with me, shoot me an email, info@abracadabrababy.de, or find me on Instagram, DM me, we can talk about it. If you have questions, Magic Kathy Official, and obviously for more upgrades, more insights. The Magic Kathy Show is the podcast that I post all the energy updates of the eclipses, the new moons, the full moons, the astrology, the human design, all of these aspects. And obviously on Instagram you find also weekly energetic forecasts where I dive deep into what the frequencies of the week will be, so you can always stay on top of your game even when the shifts and craziness is happening. You know what's going on, you have a heads up. So tune into that. And share this episode, subscribe to the channel for more energy updates. And if you like also these vibrational keys for the new age, then definitely let me know in the comments below, so I can know and, you know, really tap into what you would like to see from me, so I can help you stay off the highest vibration as well. So leave any ideas, invitations down below. I'm a projector, so I always love some invitations. What would you like to see me do or like transmit for you that helps you the most in your current state? What are you struggling with? Let me know down below. With all of that being said, step in your magic, step in your highest frequency, and we will hear each other very soon.